So everyone's gone to the Rapture. Let me get the right thing up here so you can watch it. So everyone's gone to the Rapture was on sale the other day. It's $20 game was on sale the other day for $8. And this is a fair price, I'd say. But there's a couple things wrong with this game, and I'm playing it on the side here so you can watch. This is me walking. This is a walking speed, and there were a lot of complaints about the walking speed, and I think they're completely justified. For one, the run button, it takes what feels like 30 seconds to start running. And as soon as you start running, yeah, it's a fine running speed. It's good, whatever. But it takes forever. And then when you go inside of these buildings, you're walking so goddamn slow. It's so slow. I tried to replicate walking this slow. Your feet are literally like you're like this. Like you're not walking at all. No one walks that slow. Where do you even think people walk like that? It's crazy. Even crazier is every review complained about that, and they still haven't patched it to say on the little controller layout that you can run. So there are people buying this game months after it came out, not knowing you can run. It's what? It's crazy. It's crazy to me. I have no idea what's happening with that. It's nuts. But oh, before I get to positive things about the game, well, it is beautiful. Not these cars necessarily, but the graphics are beautiful. But if you ever wanted an example, like if you're one of those people who you're not good at telling if the frame rate's solid or 30 frames, 60 frames, if it dips. If you're not good at that, this is the training ground for that, because this game, it looks great, it looks beautiful, but it runs like garbage. It is so choppy, and for the most part it's fine. But then other times you'll like swing over a vista and it's like cha 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 cha, and it's too much. It's way too much. They could have kind of dipped the graphics down a little bit to maybe get it run better. It does not run well at all. Anyway, enough complaining about the game. I do think the story is very interesting. The idea of you're planted in this city and you don't know what happened. Everyone's gone. You're seeing all these weird memories or like time travel things. I'm still not sure. I beat the game. I don't know. And you're seeing all these people, and they're interesting. It's interesting to see all the interpersonal relationships between them and see kind of what's going on. But then, and I won't spoil anything, but as it goes further on, and you realize what the Rapture is, it's not as interesting as I would have hoped the Rapture would have been. It's not something where I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. Whereas when I didn't know what it was, and I was just playing the game, it was much more interesting. It was much more interesting seeing like all these people are getting sick, and they're handing out influenza pamphlets. Like, what's going on? That's crazy. And it was more interesting trying to solve it or trying to think about it than actually what it is. And then there's all these people. There are people in the town, and they're having their little squabbles, and like the priest is sleeping with someone's wife, and it's a whole thing, and that's very interesting. And like all the little relationships of the people, interpersonal relationships between all the characters in the game are very interesting. It's just that the actual Rapture part isn't very interesting to me, and I don't. It's cool what happens, and it's kind of interesting, but it really is the people that you see along the way that are much more compelling and tell an interesting story and what they're going on. And even like Steven is one of the main characters. Even him going throughout, he'll see memories with him, and he's like running crazy through the town, like, we gotta stop this thing, and that's really cool. But then like what actually happens and why it happens isn't explained. It's all really vague. It just kind of ends, and it's like, oh, that was cool. Shrug, big shrug. I don't know. So for $8 that I paid for it, it was good. It was good for $8. $20, it's 4 hours. It's about 4 hours to complete. So it's not that long. Not that hours should be why you play a game, but and I wanted to go back because I missed some things. I wanted to go back, but there's no way to go back to like a specific area. And so when I beat the game, the auto saves at the end and I can't go back. And even if I could, it would take like 30 minutes to run there. So I'm not interested in running for 10 hours. Also, it's 2015. All the fucking doors in this game hit you in the face. Like, you try to open them. Let me see if this... Okay, the video's not going to show a door. But all the doors would just constantly, like, just keep whacking me in the face. And like, I know we have the technology to have a door that goes both ways in a game. Or to have a door that just... Part of the problem is that you walk so slow. So if you see I can't outrun a door. The door is shutting and I'm powerless. I'm powerless. It just has to push me away. It's nuts. It's nuts how this is the thing that... I'm complaining a lot about this game. It's really interesting. They should be applauded for doing it. Like, it's very impressive and it's very beautiful. I don't know if you can see in this tiny little square, but it's very pretty. And it's just a little weird. It's just not exactly... It's not all there. It's not fully baked, I guess is how I would say. Which is ironic because, like, doughy cookies are the best kind of cookies, but whatever.